Hey, I'm Scott Allen Miller. This is Sheep Guarding Llama. It is the 18th of October, 2020. It is a gorgeous weekend. Now, I'm recording this the next morning, as I normally do, and you can see it is 55 degrees out. There was a light drizzle that just let up. The dogs are enjoying the weather. They love it. They're able to run and not get all exhausted, and they are just, holy cow. You can kind of hear them behind me. I can't even find them. They're running in circles around me. They're just having so much fun this morning. And but so yesterday was Sunday, and on the 17th, and we had a really nice day. It was sunny, not overcast like this, but nice and cool for the most part. It was our hottest day, so it did get into the 80s. We were a little bit warm, but it didn't last too long. We still had the windows open, and we enjoyed it, and it was really nice. And it started off nice and cool, and then warmed up, and then pretty much our super warm is over. So we're into some pretty nice weather. Now, last night, Liesl had mentioned that she was interested in photography and actually learning photography. So this morning she got up and I was up first, and I found a number of photography classes online, people like Peter McKinnon, David Manning, and found some videos that they had that I thought would be good. I watched a lot of them. And so she got up and we sat down together and we watched a number of videos that taught about photography so that she could learn about apertures and exposure and shutter speeds and sensor sensitivity and that kind of stuff. So we did that this morning, which was a lot of fun to do together. And then we adjusted her phone because she has the new Samsung Galaxy S9, new to her, the Galaxy S9 that that had been mine. That is a quite nice phone, not as nice as the brand new OnePlus that I have, but it's way better than what she's had, which is the old iPhone 5S. She has the one that I had in Panama, and therefore in Nicaragua, and the one I got right after Panama, but it's the same one, just a new one because I broke the one I had in Panama. So we got it right as we returned from Panama. It's the one I had in Nicaragua, the one I had in Greece, the one that I had in Romania, right? So it's been around for a long time, and it was not the highest end phone at the time. It was the small size, not the big one. So she's been living with that with a really basic camera, and now moving to the S9, it's got all these adjustments. You can change the aperture just a little bit. You can change the focus. You can change everything to pro mode and manually do the ISO setting from 50 all the way up to 800, which is lower than a lot of the guys on the videos are like, you can only go down to 100, and this one goes down to 50. And I was telling Liesl, I used to work at 25 back in the film days, and she's like, no one even talks about it. They act like 100 is the starting point. When I started photography, 100 was the kind of faster mid-range. It was where the amateurs started using it, and 200 was like the middle of the road, and 400 was the super fast. And it was 800 was actually like a really rare speed you could barely get, and anything faster than that was like really specialty pro film. And not until I have a little doggy behind me. Where'd he go? There he is. He's so cute. And so it's weird that now they act like 100 is the slowest when, obviously 3 entire stops, 50, 64, 80, 100, all available on the Galaxy. Anyway, so she started using all these manual settings and did a bunch of photographs, and we had a lot of fun doing that, and she's really doing a great job. She's working on pictures of the dogs because, COVID, there's not a lot to take pictures of, so the dogs here in the yard make a good subject for practicing. So she's been doing that, and because she got a bunch of good pictures, she's had Instagram for a while, but she's really only had it so she could follow us, and she uses it because it doesn't require a phone number. She would use it when I was in Europe last summer to communicate with me because Madeline took Liesl's phone because it had T-Mobile and an international plan. Madeline had Verizon, so couldn't use her phone in Europe. So Liesl had Madeline's phone with Liesl's Instagram on it, and that way it was a way that we could chat, because normally we use Telegram, and Telegram won't install on a phone with a different number. That was a long explanation. So Liesl's had one for a while. It's me, Liesl. But she now has it, and she's going to start posting pictures that she does from her photography lessons. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's very cool. Also today, the Sims 4 Origin had a Sims 4 sale, and we didn't get very much, but the girls use The Sims so much that we try to pretty much always get something when there's a good sale. And The Sims 4 University was 50% off and has a lot of content that the kids are interested in. So we picked that up, and Luciana spent a bit of the day playing with that, which is cool. And we just have the Steam machine set up on the bar because I've been using it for all the reasons I've talked about in the past. But my new laptop arrives tomorrow, so look for that. So that was a bit of Chana's day. I put in a lot of the day cleaning. The house just needed it. The dogs, of course, took all of our time. But I did a lot of like hardcore cleaning, and partially because of the dogs, they kept making a mess. The number of times that Clive had an accident today is just driving me nuts. And the number of times he got into coffee and put dry, not liquid coffee. He actually got like a container of coffee and tore it through the house was a bit much. And so I was just doing all kinds of cleaning. And I also spent a lot of the day working on Duolingo. Because it's Sunday, I like to do a bit of Duolingo on Sundays. But I am trying to get some specific achievements, which I just made this last couple days. So a few days ago, I got the second to highest level of Streak, which is 250 days. The next one's 365. So I'm working towards that, but obviously you can't speed it up. And I wanted to get to 800 crowns on Spanish, which I did on yesterday, I believe, or Friday. And then what I wanted to get today was, because I'm in Obsidian League, and I knew that I was doing so much that I'm definitely going to be in Diamond League this coming week and going forward, which is almost impossible to get to the top of the charts in. So Obsidian League was my last really good attempt at making number one to get the achievement for that. And so I had someone competing against me, really trying to get into the top slot and win that achievement. But I just did way too much for him and got roughly 1,000 points in one day and managed to hold on to the top slot, got that achievement. It's a silly thing, but I use the achievements to drive myself to do more in Duolingo and learn more stuff. And let me tell you, I can tell I am learning way more when I have these days that I push. Like, I can tell that my Spanish is improving. I know so many more conjugations and words and everything. So it pays off. It's not like a video game where you're just like, I've got to win this, and then it's an empty thing. I'm actually learning a lot. But I also game it a bit, right? And so that was a lot of my day. And this evening we watched a lot of Wizards of Waverly Place again while we did other things. For food today, I had grilled cheese. The kids did leftovers. Luciana had just one slice of leftover pizza left and had me make her pasta for dinner. Liesl had leftover lo mein with shrimp and had a few leftover Taco Bell from the other day. So we just made do with that stuff. Which really, we did a pretty good job, I think, of gauging exactly when we should hit the food that we had in the house. And I did a bunch of dishes, cleaned the kitchen, went through and threw out old food and cleaned out leftovers that had gotten eaten, all that stuff today. So pretty busy day for me for the most part. And other than that, that was our... Oh, and of course, the really big news to kick off the day, I don't know how I didn't mention this, is that the people who have Lula... because it has taken several days to arrange a foster and get her picked up and move her somewhere, they've had some time to work with her, and Lula has gotten a little bit better with the dogs and other people, and they really understand that she needs a lot of special care and special attention and just needs time and needs a lot of TLC. It just is what it is. You can't... and they know how traumatic it'll be for her moving to yet another, especially another foster, while they look for another family. They know how awful it'll be. They decided that they're going to keep her and keep working with her. So luckily, it's been an important bit more time. And in another week and a half, it's going to be that 3-week mark where she's going to, leap forward. There's 3 days. There's a leap forward in how good she is. And then at 3 weeks, there's a leap forward. And then at 3 months, there's a leap forward is kind of the rule of thumb. So pretty soon... they're going to be... That dog wants to escape. Do you see? He sees a crack. He's thinking about it. Such a problem. So she's coming up on a big improvement, but we're so thankful that they're going to keep her at least for a while and try to make it work and try to figure out what she needs. And it's just making us a lot happier. So we're all feeling much better about that. Clive is just a happy dog. He's such a goof. He is turning into such a Boston Terrier. He was a little tiny puppy when we got him, and you could tell he was a Boston, but he didn't really look like a Boston. He's now big enough that he has all the Boston characteristics. He's got the shoulders and the feet and the way that he stands and moves and plays, and he's turned into the Boston face and everything. So he's a real Boston Terrier now. There's no denying it, and he's so much energy and so sweet and doing so well with Mia. And Mia is just the happiest dog as well. And they just play so much together. Without Lula here, the two of them are just so generally happy all day long and just able to relax when they want to relax and play when they want to play and eat when they want to eat and go where they want to go in the house. Which is a bit of a problem because Clive is tearing everything apart. He has destroyed the furniture in the living room. He's actually torn the bottoms out of the couches, climbs up inside the couches and pulls the stuffing out of the couches. Presumably there's some food that has fallen down in there and he's looking for that. But he takes the stuffing out, takes it all around the house and chews it up. So he really just sees the couch as a giant stuffed animal that must die. And there's almost nothing we can do about it because once he's up in the couch, what are we going to do? All right, it's pretty tough. He's definitely challenging us a bit more than we'd like, but he's sweet. He will grow out of it. There's only so much more time before he's a bigger dog, and he will get better and better. So that is Clive, and here is Mia to say goodbye to everybody. Mia. She doesn't care. She's leaving. All right, I'll see everybody tomorrow.